You're entering a no judgment zone. The following show is real and raw, and everyone is encouraged to speak their mind. This is the Immigrant Experience, a program we hope will have an impact on the future of newcomer immigrants and Canada at large. An open platform, one that welcomes everybody. This is the Immigrant Experience. And now your hosts, Emmanuel and Ruben.
You talk about the consultants company that you started. And is it for immigrants, women, or it's pretty much everyone?
What's it about?
So I help IT corporations, implement their tech solutions. So whatever solution they have, whether it's implementing a new system, trying to find an AI solution or whatnot. So I'm the one telling them how to manage the project, what they need and whatnot. Managing over the project, making sure that everything goes well, that the team is working well, that everyone is performing, that the stakeholders are happy and whatnot. So so I act as the consultant. So I give advice on how to improve on the work. So and when things go south, they come to me to find a solution. So
Oh wow! And do you work with companies within Toronto areas or across the province?
At first, it was actually just an American company.
Oh, that's perfect.
Agile Cloud Consulting is actually an American company, and that's why they offered me the consulting instead of hiring me full time, because they can't hire me full time. Because I don't have the right to work in the US.
Okay. And have you tried maybe approaching other companies, big tech companies within Toronto areas, trying to see if you can sell your product?
I mean, now I have been able to reach out to companies here in Toronto, and I am contracting with them.
That's perfect. That's perfect. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, you do. You life gives you lemonade. Once you make lemonade.
Like if you're really struggling to get a job or getting to practice what you're good at, how about creating the service and try to sell them?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is good.
And and I have the CEO of Agile Cloud Consulting to thank for that, because I wouldn't have thought about it if he didn't suggest it. Because we were introduced to each other through common connection, and I was actually looking for employment, and he was like, why are you set on trying to find employment? Why don't you go for be a consultant, have your own practice? And I was like, I didn't think about that.
What, if you don't mind me asking, what's the name of your consultancy?
My company? HEPM Agile Consultant. So HE for Hala and so my initials, and PM for project management.
That's amazing. And to anyone that might be needing the service, how can they get you?
I don't have a website yet, so I'm still just me. I'm still working just me, but I am working on that. So I am working on having a website and having a LinkedIn page and whatnot. So this is something in the work. It's just that because it happens so fast. The consultancy and I had projects to work with, and I didn't have time to actually work on the concept for my company. But this is something that I'm working on right now.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
That's really exciting. Congratulations on that.
Wow.
Congratulations.
And if someone wants to use your service at this time,
they can contact me on LinkedIn. They can reach out to me, and I can. We can set up a contract, and we can start working.
That's amazing.
And what services in general does a company provide?
Basically, so far, what I've been able to provide is IT project management. So I manage projects in IT in general, but I can also provide, process improvement projects, digitalization projects, artificial intelligence projects, actually anything that comes under the umbrella of my specialty. I can actually help with, to not just improve, but also, solve issues and, give them very effective solutions on how to handle certain situations. Specifically when, whenever I see a process, I can see how to make it better. Once I go through it once, I can, I can see, oh, this could be done better by doing this. We can avoid this issue by doing that and whatnot. Like it's something that I built from my experience, and I'm able to to help companies improve on their workflow.
Yeah, and trust me, just talking to you, I can see how smart of a lady you are. Trust me, like you're very smart, and I don't like any company there that will ever hire you. Trust me, they will never regret.
Thank you.
Like, you have the set of skills that businesses and companies need.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do hope that to establish myself as a consultant, not just in IT, but also in industrial engineering and supply chain. So that's my hope in the future, and that's why I'm actually going for the PN licensing. So I am eligible to take the NPPE. So I am working on that, and I also want to take a certification in supply chain management so that I can consult in supply chain as well.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
That's really amazing.
And many IT companies are establishing their headquarters in Toronto.
Yeah.
And we're hoping have your stake there.
I do hope I do hope to be able to to make a lasting impact that would help not just women, not just immigrants, but everyone to have a better life. That's my hope for myself. That's what I hope to achieve, is that my work would have an impact, that I can change lives. And that's what I'm doing with my students. That's why I love teaching. Because there's nothing that makes me more happier than hearing my students tell me that that my course was so helpful to them, or that they were able to to use my advice for their career, to advance their career and whatnot. That's the best thing about teaching. So I'm very, very happy with
what you're doing.
That's really amazing. I just wanted to ask this. You're really versatile and you're so talented in different areas and different things. What would one advice you give to any immigrant going through something that difficult, or in a difficult position where they're struggling to find a job, or maybe they have amazing or talented ideas like yourself and are struggling still? What advice can you give to anyone like that?
Well, to change perspectives. That if you've tried everything, you've been on a road and you've tried everything, then maybe you need to change your perspective. Maybe there's something, because doing something over and over and expecting things to change, that's not gonna work. So if you do something over and over and nothing is changing, then you need to change something. Change the results. So if Plan A didn't work, then go to Plan B and Plan C.
Improvise.
And take any opportunity that comes to you, and then build from there.
And to like engineers, they usually have Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. They don't just work with one.
Actually, my contingency plan was the one that saved me when I got here.
Exactly.
And I had to go through all the plans A, B, C, D before I was able, and now I'm on E.
Resilience is key. I met someone in the community, and they're 21 years old, and they're like, "Yeah, man, I've tried pretty much everything, and nothing's working." And I'm like, "You tried everything? Like everything?" Or you've tried one and two things that didn't work out? Like everything? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a stretch. I wouldn't say that I tried everything. I wouldn't say that, because I didn't try everything. It's just that I tried hard on one path, and then when it didn't work, I tried another until I was able to find my way. I'm not gonna say that I tried everything. But I don't know if there was something that I could have done better. I would love for someone to tell me what I could have done better.
And that being said, going back to when you first came to Canada, like today you're coming to Canada tomorrow. What do you think you might have done differently?
To get the PMP and all the certifications that I have now before coming to Canada, like to work on that would have been easier. try to build the network earlier than I started to, because I only started to a couple of months before coming to Canada, when I should have started to earlier than that. I don't see anything else.
And like creating connections. It's easy to say creating connections, but somewhere, how can I even start? Where? Just sending people invitations on LinkedIn.
It's difficult. It's usually very difficult.
It is
when
difficult,
you're in a new environment.
Because the first time I was going at it the wrong way, I was just adding people, but actually what I needed to do is to target people who are in the same profile that I want to get. And I did that. I was able to get very good advice from the community.
What approach? How did you approach your networking? How did you approach the networking side of it, that you actually met people? How was the whole connection thing?
So at first I was trying to find anyone who works in anything remotely close to where I would want to work. In Toronto. But then I was focused on specific profiles. On reaching out specific profiles and asking them about advice on how to improve, and that's when I started getting more and more responses. When I focused my research instead of just generally
narrowed it down.
I narrowed it down, and that's when I was able to get more responses.
And to someone who have never used LinkedIn or any dependence on Facebook for connections, what was the best way to look for those connections then?
Well, I would suggest for them to have a link to start a LinkedIn profile, to really take time to build it well, because LinkedIn is an amazing tool. It is an amazing tool to brand yourself, because that's where 90% of hiring managers are using now. And start by reaching out to those to the people who have the profile that you want to reach, that you want to work in, and and ask them for advice. Ask them for advice on either to ask them about their story of how they achieved where where they are right now, or advice on how you can improve on your current job hunt.
Looking at the state of the world right now, in the past couple of years or so, the pandemic has hit really hard, and these kind of changed how programming was done and how things were done in the city all over the world. So we switched from a one-on-one session with people to a computerized system of doing things. So,
virtual.
So having platforms like Indeed and other platforms like Kijiji, lots of other areas, websites where you can go to find a job online. I think all of them are very helpful in
establishing your brand. Absolutely. This is something that a lot of my mentors have told me, that you need to work on your personal brand. What is that unique element that you bring to the equation? Because every one of us has that unique element that they do better than anyone else, and that's what needs to be showcased in your profile, so that the hiring managers would want you and no one else. So and actually this is what is called competing in the blue ocean.
How to be noticeable.
So you have to have that unique thing that that you do better than anyone else.
And I feel like it's an advantage to you having that variety of experiences, like having different different fields of expertise.
I feel it could be an advantage and a disadvantage.
You think so?
But some recruiters would say that it is a disadvantage, because they think that it doesn't make me a specialist. But I don't think so, because it's not like I just brushed over those fields. Like I actually I have deep knowledge from all my diplomas. Like each of my diplomas gave me deep knowledge on each of these areas. And then my experience sort of fermented that. So I have something to back it up. It's not just a module that I took, a course that I took, at university, but actually, it's a deep knowledge that meets, experience. And I got through that because through years. Like it didn't happen from in one night. I was able to build it because I was supported at the beginning of my career. Like I had a lot of support in Morocco. I had amazing mentors who helped me, who taught me how to how to improve my management skills and whatnot. Like I was very lucky to have mentors who helped me, especially in the beginning of my career.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And to someone moving to another country like here, they usually say, go and volunteer. Find some volunteer opportunities. But I think even volunteering, it's a privilege.
Yeah, I haven't been able to find volunteering positions. I did apply to volunteering positions. I haven't been able to. And I think it varies with the career and field, right? And although it's the best way to get in contact with an employer and bosses, right? I'm actually very, I love volunteering work. It's just that I wasn't given the opportunity here. Unfortunately, like I love to, to give back to the community, to help, to help the ones that are struggling, like, to help them improve. But I just wasn't given this opportunity. To this day.
Well, on that note, I think I would actually say that's been a big reality for most people who came within the 2 years. And they haven't had much exposure. They haven't had much Canadian experience. And these platforms like these now helps in building these relationships and programs which we are trying to run. As well in the community.
Absolutely. I mean, you need a digital presence. Right now, if you don't have a digital presence, you don't exist.
That's right.
Using posts on LinkedIn, that's also a very good way to brand yourself. Writing about what you're passionate about. I see this that's a very good way to showcase who you are. I think that's a good way, especially if you don't have many connections and you want to build them. That's a very good way to do that. It's to have posts and whatnot. Like that should
change.
Improve their chances.
And that's very, very right. That's very right. Like you need that online presence. Emmanuel, do you have an Indeed account?
Well, I do have an Indeed account, but
I forgot the password.
I don't remember the name of the account. I can't remember when that. But I had similar experiences too, because I had to find a job when I came and had to go through. I had to create an Indeed account, create a LinkedIn account. I got called for some jobs through this account. Like Indeed, they'll send me offers. But when you follow through with them, it never materializes.
No, it doesn't materialize.
It never materializes.
I had the same.
So and I can personally testify to that. I had really had to walk around my resume a lot.
Honestly, I've never gotten any position here with applying. It's networking.
Literally, me too.
Networking on LinkedIn.
It was networking and LinkedIn.
Like those two that got me to where I am today. If it wasn't for that, applying doesn't work. At least not for me.
I can testify to that too.
Any position that I see online. Only two thoughts come to my head. Either they're putting that position that to put we were hiring, or they have someone in mind and they're just putting online to prove we advertise. But they have someone in.
More often than not, it is the case. More often than not, it is the case.
It is.
But sometimes they do need someone. They do the person because they need someone. But either way, it wasn't working for me. Either way, whether it was an actual post, just supposed to fill the blank. it didn't work.
Yeah, and the best way, like I do prefer, like knowing as many people and everyone that I usually work with, especially youth, I usually tell them you need to know as many people as possible.
Yes, as many mentors as possible.
As many mentors,
like people have enough mentors.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, as many mentors as possible, because my mentors were crucial in
opening doors.
In opening doors.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
And it's like if your mentor, if your mentor forward you something like XABC companies hiring. I know someone there, or I've talked to someone there, you applied. Like, that's pretty much an assurance.
Yeah,
like they're also working toward it.
Absolutely.
You do take it serious, and you have that reassurance that someone has gone ahead of you.
Oh, yeah.
So you find some kind of, it builds your confidence too, knowing that you have people around them that will support you.
And I was lucky to find my mentors, and who helped me really, in a great way. Even when doors were closed, and they were like, one of my mentors, she was just there to listen to me, like, and that was very important.
Wow.
I studied with her at Ryerson, so she taught me, and even though she doesn't have a PhD, she has a PhD in life.
Wow.
Yeah. Jean Cho, so she's amazing.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And Jean Cho, wherever she is, she knows she's an amazing person, right?
Yeah. I can't thank her enough for the role that she played in helping me getting through one of the darkest moments in my career here.
Yeah. Wow.
It is always, the start is always the hardest.
Yeah.
And that's something people don't know. And just getting the food in, sometimes seems like it's going through hell and out.
Yeah. And one thing for immigrants, either young people or all the seniors or all the adults, I usually believe immigrants have like a very hard working, and they usually have a ton of experiences, and they just need that chance.
Yeah.
They just need, even not hiring them, just call them for the interview.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same thing?
Exactly. Like, all I'm asking is just give me an opportunity to talk. Like, that's all I'm asking. Like, I'm not asking to be hired. I'm just asking to be heard.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest issue that I had.
Wow.
Despite being, referred to by my mentors and another mentor, Dr. Wael. He's also from Ryerson. He actually put my profile up on his page and recommended me, and but there wasn't much that came from there. Wasn't much that came from there. But I'm very grateful for
the support.
The support meant a lot to me.
What would you say to anyone who is going through such challenges and is trying to find a job? And maybe they're giving up and they're reconsidering going back, maybe because of these challenges. What can you tell them?
Don't give up.
Yeah.
Don't give up, because it's just a phase. It's just an obstacle. It may feel like the whole world is against you, but it's not.
Yeah.
Because you only reach 100 people, and there's millions out there.
Yeah.
So you can't take it personally. You can't.
And I usually feel sometimes it's not your turn yet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it may not be your time yet.
Yeah.
And actually, if I hadn't gone through hell to get to where I am, I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't have been where I am today.
Yeah.
I'm actually grateful for having gone through that, because I learned an invaluable lesson.
Yeah.
I learned that things work.
Yeah.
And that you will get rewarded for your trouble and for your effort.
Yeah.
You just have to believe.
We put your story on our page online and say, we'll be talking to Hala today. And someone said, they read the article and they're like, I think education is losing value.
Yeah.
Do you, what's your reaction to that statement?
I don't know about whether education is losing value, but I feel like there's a disregard for anything that is not Canadian education. Like, I'm not saying that everyone feels that way. Yeah. But there's definitely a bias about international education. In that, Canadian education is above all. when actually, like, Canadian system is just as good as any other system.
Absolutely.
And if anything, like, I know for a fact that the Moroccan system is the hardest education system you would go through. The success rate is like less than 25% in Moroccan universities.
Wow.
That's the success rate.
Yeah. So it's tough.
It is tough. It is tough to make it in Morocco. Like it's not, and that's why there's so much unemployment in Morocco, because you have so many qualified people who don't make it, and they end up working in jobs that are below their credentials. So I don't believe that there is an education system better than any other, but there is a bias about that. There is a bias about thinking that Canadian credentials is actually better.
Wow. And and you touch a very good point there. And sometimes we feel like having international credentials pretty much limit the chances of getting a job in Canada.
Sometimes it is the case. And I can only speak from my experience where, there was an offer of, like there was a position for, as a researcher, and I was refused the position because of the international PhD, because I was told that my PhD is international, and they don't trust that I would fit the position, although I am qualified for it. So. That just tells me that there is a bias about international education, even though I have the equivalency for all my degrees by both the West World Education and Services and Professional Engineers of Ontario. So that just proves that there is a bias.
Wow.
I think we had that too. I had someone who commented on our post who, like, for example, maybe studying air piloting. And you have to have a certain number of hours for you to even get your qualification. And you have to fly a certain number of hours, and these hours require money, very expensive. And you see that there are certain barriers now that you coming in wouldn't be able to afford those flight hours, which nobody tells you going into that. So you end up finding yourself in certain barriers in what you're trying to achieve.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And before coming to Canada, did you maybe try to see which province is best suited for example, engineering?
Yes.
Because I've seen online someone saying, was she aware unemployment or underemployment rate of engineering in Ontario is 33%. And I was like, oh wow.
But like I also looked for where my profile is needed. So I knew that there is a need for my specific profile in Toronto. So so I had to target that. I was aware that there is a huge demand. That the demand is more than that the offer is more than the demand. So I was aware of that, but I do know my potential, and I do know that I have my unique characteristic that I can offer to the table. So I am able to beat the competition. Be on the table with someone, and I can show you.
I personally think that it's due to job security for Canadians. That personally, I would say that drives that notion of maybe securing the jobs. And then that's where connection comes in.
Right.
So if you're connected, then you have another foot
in the door.
So the solution is networking.
I would second that. Networking. Definitely. And the right networking, like finding the community, the specialized community, like because there are specialized communities, that can help you find opportunities within that community through referral. So that's the right way to do it.
Oh wow! Well, I was reading like the article with Toronto Star, and I read one of the comment on the article that it's either the system or Hala that has a problem here.
Okay,
And I was like, what?
I would love someone to tell me what I should have done. Like, please let me know. Like, I am open to. I love constructive criticism. I love receiving, feedback that can help me improve. So please tell me what should I have done. I'd be more than happy to oblige next time. Because I don't believe that I am, an expert in everything. I am not. I have experience. I have some knowledge, but I'm not immune from errors. I am still human, and I know that I will be making errors in the future. I made errors in the past, and I will be making errors in the future. But,
absolutely.
But it's all about improvement. It's all about doing better than before. It's all about investing in yourself. That's the way I see it. So if someone can tell me what I can do better, please. I'm open to suggestions.
And I think one of the mistake people are taking here, even those reading the articles online, I think the assumption is you went to school, high school, you finished, you went bachelor degree, then master's, then PhD, which is not the case.
Actually, so while I was doing my PhD, I was working working as a project manager and teaching. So I was doing great.
Yeah, you see, so it was not just school, because the assumption is maybe you went to school for a long time. Then now it's
no. Actually, I was working at the same time as doing my PhD and teaching.
Oh wow! Wow! Yeah, you're living the Canadian life then. in Morocco.
In Morocco.
Wow.
That's actually very interesting. Yeah, that's some great insight to that. Yeah. Personally, I think I've learned a lot from your experience today, and it's very enlightening to see that there are people like yourself who share the same stories with everyone else out there, and with so many other immigrants who come and have difficulties finding a job, and maybe have to go through various means and navigate different ways just to try and find themselves in the system. And I think that we could, as a community, we need platforms like this to discuss these issues and see how we can better help improve our community through sharing the ideas. And through this platform.
It is needed, because I see this every day. Like, I see my friends, I see people who contact me telling me about how hard it is for them, that they are struggling. Some of them are going back to their homes, because they couldn't make it, because they are offered jobs in their homes and not here.
Wow.
That's true. That's true. And sometimes even personnel from back home, like public personnel, would contact you through your social media and tell you, like, what are you doing there? Come back.
Your job is here.
Come back. I've had someone contacted me before and said that come back and try doing what you're doing there back home.
We have a friend who does music for a living, and he came to Ottawa, and after 2 years, he's like, this is totally wasting my time. It's better being an artist in Africa than being an artist here. That's how crazy this thing is.
That's a big part of it too, because you see that the showbiz and the entertainment industry is not that developed. In so many ways, and people have to resort to maybe traveling out or going to the States just to pursue their
and that's another part of the issue. Like, I was lucky because my field is in demand. What about the fields that are not in demand?
Exactly. That's a big one.
That's a huge issue. Like, I have the support because my field is demand is in need, and I knew that that there is a huge demand. But what about the ones that were hit because of COVID? Like aerospace, for instance, like that took a hit. That took a hit.
And even with the people hearing this story and even reading the article online, they will think if someone having a PhD in this field is facing all these struggles. Only God knows with my high school diploma.
Maybe what awaits me when I'm done.
Actually, I think that someone less qualified wouldn't have it hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wouldn't
yeah.
have it hard to find a job.
Because there's a certain range which they want and which they require.
They wouldn't have it hard. I don't think they would have it hard. I think that it's the overqualified who that have it really difficult to make it, even for a survival job. Like, to survive, just to pay the bills. They refuse because they are considered overqualified.
Yeah, so like the doors are more shut, like lesser than even someone that with less education.
With less education, I think that they would because the moment I took the PhD, I was able to find a job like right away, like instantly. I got called right away, and the interview went very smoothly. Like it was.
And you actually said, "What took so long?"
When I was, targeting survival jobs, I didn't have a problem. I didn't have a problem targeting survival jobs. That was the easiest thing to get.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, wow. Well, it has been amazing talking to you,
Likewise.
and like learning all these experiences and the advice to even myself. So thank you so much for accepting to talk to us. And maybe to finish up, what's your final message?
My final message is for immigrants: keep the fight. This is a reality that we have to fight. It may change in the future, but that doesn't mean that there's no solution. That doesn't mean that that there's no way. It may be difficult, and also, the government needs to be taking action to bridge the gap between hiring managers and the immigrants. There should be a bridge that connects the two. So we shouldn't rely on just recruiters and chicken boxes. That's not how you that's not a fair system to immigrants.
And I'm even wondering if there's like a pool for immigrant workers.
Well, there is the job bank, but no hiring manager or recruiter go to the job bank to look for the resources. It's a bank of immigrants. It's a bank of immigrants, and
you just keep it, you save it.
Canada that does have that, but there's no enforcement between the government doesn't ask hiring managers to choose from it, to hire from it and whatnot. So I've been applying to jobs through the job bank. No answers. No answers.
No one looks at them.
No.
It's a bank. You use it for saving.
And the weird part that happens is that I get invitation to apply and no responses.
Oh wow.
That actually it's a bit more depressing.
I get all the time invitations to apply. And then I apply and no responses. No acknowledgement, no responses.
Wow. Yeah, and the message that I'm trying to learn from you, like every person have their own experiences.
Absolutely.
But if the same situation remain unchanged, then it's uncertain for the coming generations.
It is scary the way things are going. And more and more people are coming, and there needs to be a system that assigns the right immigrants to the right programs and the right profiles.
Wow.
Job posting. I mean.
So that's something I've taken from you today is the need for the government to create a medium where the bridge between immigrants who come in seeking employment and the employer. So it's a ready market. To tap from.
Exactly.
Well, I suspect that's how Job Bank was created. But does it get that much attention? Does someone follow up?
That's the issue. It's there, and I'm betting that hiring managers don't even know that it exists. Maybe. If they ever do, I don't know. But there needs to be, an awareness. I think the problem here is awareness. A lot of hiring managers are not aware of the issues that are happening to most immigrants.
Wow.
And,
okay. Thank you so much, Hala, for accepting to talk to us.
Yeah, that's really amazing.
And we will definitely stay in touch. I know you're going to Toronto back tomorrow, but we definitely stay in touch. And we want to know like how things will pick from here, and try to support as much as possible. And these additional connections you're creating, which is good.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Thank you for having me, and I'm very happy to be able to be the voice of many immigrants, because I'm not just speaking for myself, because at least I made it. But I'm speaking for those who, unfortunately, they're still struggling. They're still fighting the fight. They're getting depressed, feeling bad about themselves, thinking that they are the problem when they're not.
Well, they're not. That's very right. And like very many, like there are many immigrant individuals in this country, but almost all of them, no one is talking about these things. And the fact that you are courage enough to come forward and talk about these things, that makes you an advocate.
That's what I hope to be. That's what I hope to be, is to represent them, because at least my voice is heard now, but their voice is not. There needs to be something. Something has to change. There needs to be an action to be taken, because it shouldn't stay this way.
Your story inspires so many, and it's an honor having you here, and I really want to say thank you for coming and being so open to share these experiences with the rest of the world to understand what's happening out there.
Thank you. And I feel it is my duty. Like it is my duty to represent them, because again, I was lucky because my field was good. It's in high demand. But I do feel like that it is unfair that just because their field is not in high demand, that they have to struggle, that they have to suffer through doors shut to their faces and whatnot. Like they don't deserve that, and something needs to have to change.
And you're right. Like, but the jobs that are not in high demand. Like, I know some people that have forgotten the fields. Just switch something else that don't relate to whatever they went to school for. All in all, because there's no demand.
Exactly.
That's great.
I really hope that the message reached today. So thank you for allowing me to do that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And for those listening on Spotify, thank you so much. And you can download and, of course, save our page. And for those listening on Amazon Music, those listening on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcast, thank you. And of course, for those of you watching on YouTube, the Active Newcomer Youth Ottawa on YouTube, thank you so much. And see you next week. Thank you.
You've been listening to the Immigrant Experience, a program we hope will have an impact on the future of newcomer immigrants and Canada at large. We hope you enjoyed the show, and if you did, make sure to subscribe, like, and share. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, hook up with us on Instagram at @Anyo_2021. #The Immigrant Experience. See you guys next time.